What's up everyone, it's Becca from MTP and welcome back to our channel. As promised, this time we will be doing a full review on the camera of the Honor 8 Pro. So let's see what this phone has to offer. Honor 8 Pro doesn't come with a dual Leica camera system like the Huawei P series does, but they do have a really good dual camera system of 12 megapixels each, with f2.2 aperture, LED flash, autofocus and 1080p videos at 60 frames per second. Front camera has 8 megapixels and a screen flash, beauty mode and f2.0 aperture, which make really good selfies. When you open the camera app, at first you might seem a bit overwhelmed with all the options and modes, but it is really easy to get in the hang of and get used to. There is of course the most famous and loved monochrome mode. And no, it's not a filter, but a dedicated mode, which is awesome. Also, there's Pro mode for both pictures and video recording. Pro mode allows you to set up the camera for the best picture quality possible. Our advice to you is to play around those settings a little bit so you can get the best out of this camera. Of course, there's a possibility of increasing and decreasing the aperture level as well. The images come out beautifully processed. There are some minor problems with more complicated compositions, but this is getting better and better by every update. Beauty mode is available on both front and back camera and it gives the subject that photoshopped, glassy look. Don't overdo it though. This image right here is the one we got using the 3D Creator. This mode allows you to turn your friends, family and yourself into 3D animations. Just move the camera around the subject like shown in the video, choose the gender of the subject and then wait for it to process the images. Once it's done, here are the results. Make sure to take the images of the subject in really good light conditions and that subject is standing still for the best possible results. Afterwards, you can play with the hairstyle, clothing and expressions of your subject as well as the background for it and the gestures you wanted to perform. And then send it as a GIF or video to everyone. Have fun! Now let's take a look at some of the samples from the Huawei 8 Pro. As you can see, the image quality is clear and sharp, although color temperature and saturation does depend on the scene you're shooting at. As shown, we have an example of the cloudy day and really sunny day. There are a lot of details and it's really nicely saturated in both cases. The photos provide us with great contrast and no noise when it comes to daylight conditions and high dynamic range. But even without the HDR on, we have great dynamic range and photos turn out really natural looking. In the night mode, you will notice that the phone deals with light very well, but there will be some noise in some pictures, especially in the sky. But with some additional editing in the phone, your photos will come out much better. Still, great color palette in the night mode and sharp details even with the moving subjects. You can see all the colors and details with nice contrast without the noise. Selfie camera performs nicely in both daylight and night conditions, so you can take some nice clear selfies. And now for the video. It's not the best cinematic experience when shooting with the Honor 8 Pro, but with a bit of imagination and a steady hand, your videos can be absolutely stunning in 1080p at 30 frames per second. The phone does have the video stabilization, it does crop the image a bit, but it gets the job done swimmingly. It's not the high-end quality video like on Samsung and Apple devices, but it is quite good and gives satisfactory results in both daytime and nighttime. And that would be all for today's review. If you have any comments or questions, please put those down below, we would love to know your opinion. Once again, thank you so much for watching and have a great one.